There's a viral TikToker who has a message to white people. You know, very often these ideas, critical race theory and all of the modern woke ideologies, they present themselves as so complicated. Oh, they're just so, it's problematic and complicated, and you need to have read all of these really esoteric thinkers to understand the meaning of, well, not this lady. This lady has a very clear message on race.
I'm feeling spicy, so here's my hot take of the day. All white people are racist. Every single last one of them, all of them are racist. And I don't mean that to say like every single individual white person, if I talk to you, you would have some kind of racist ideology. I'm saying that as a white person, you uphold a system of racism by literally just being white. I believe if you're not spending your literal entire life dismantling racism, then you're contributing to its continuation. And people get so like...
Literal entire life. Not figurative entire life, literal entire life. So if you don't spend every single moment of your whole life, if you ever sleep, if you ever blink and are not in that moment fighting racism, you're a terrible racist by virtue of being a white person, which brings you back to the first point you made, which is all white people, all the time, are evil, terrible racists. Keep going.
Whenever like I say like people are racist, like why is it such a big deal? Like, yes, you're racist. Like, okay, we've established that. Now what are you going to do to change it? Racism refers to power and race. If you...
Nothing, I guess. Nothing, I guess. If that's the premise, that all white people all the time by virtue of being white are racist, then okay. I thought maybe there was something I could do to change it. I thought maybe there was some way that I could improve or practice virtue or do good things, but I can't. Even though she's saying at the end, what are you going to do to change it? She tells you for the first part of the video, there's nothing you can do to change it. You are a white person. You are evil. You are useless. You are hopeless. Everything you do by virtue of who you are is evil. So I guess the only possible answer to that, if you accept that premise, is, okay, guess I'm a racist then. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, then I'll stop caring. All right, I just won't worry about it anymore. There's a great meme of the way that conservative thought has evolved in just the last 10 years. The first part of it is the Tea Party guy. He says, hey, let me tell you about your constitutional rights. We're all countrymen. Let's just get back to basics and the founding fathers and cut taxes. Okay. Then the second one, that's more the MAGA movement. They say, hey, there's some real problems here. I mean, we're all still Americans. We all still love each other. And, you know, but you guys got to stop being so tough on us. And we're going to have some rights. And maybe we shouldn't totally have open borders. And then the last panel is just this guy. He's got 5 o'clock shadow. He's seen a lot. You know, he's smoking a cigarette. He says, oh, okay, I'm evil. I guess, all right, I'm racist and phobic and cool, whatever, and oh yeah, you're gonna call me all sorts of mean names, whatever, bro, lol, fine, and it just doesn't affect him anymore. That's the only rational response to this video. I remember when I was in college, Ann Coulter came to visit, and she said that when a liberal calls you a racist, you know you've won the argument. That's how I feel. I mean, they'll do it to anybody. Often they'll do it to black people if they don't know that those conservatives are black. I always go back to this example of David Webb, who's a black conservative radio host, and some liberal caller didn't know what he looked like, and just the minute he started to win the argument, she just accused him of white privilege, and he just laughed. That's okay, that's fine. We're all racist. Okay, yeah, cool, fine, whatever.
You are the powerful race in a society, then you're racist. Like, I just don't understand why it's so taboo. Let's talk about it.
No,
Let's accept
it
so that we can work towards changing it. We're never going to get anywhere if people won't just acknowledge it in the first place.
I guess we're not getting anywhere. I guess you're right. You're saying we can't get anywhere, so okay. It's obviously not taboo. It's not taboo to say white people are racist or evil or terrible. In fact, it's encouraged by the society. White people, and to some degree Asians, it's the only race that you can legally discriminate against and that you're encouraged to insult. So, okay. Yeah, that's not taboo. You're right. Let's just talk. Yeah, okay, sure. You said it. You're right. Yeah, we're all the worst people in the world. Uh-huh. There's nothing we can do to change it. All right. Whatever. Next. I don't know. Swipe up. Okay, what's the next TikTok? Literally here. What is the next TikTok? Is from Sam Harris, the liberal atheist, attacking one of the black faces of white supremacy, our friend Candace Owens.
You're swimming in a sea of misinformation where you've got people who are moving the opinions of millions of others who should not have an opinion on these topics. Like there's no...
Put a pause there. Sam Harris, best known for trying to convince edgy 13-year-olds not to believe in God. That's what he's known for. He's known as one of the 4 new atheists, which was this kind of contrived publishing movement in the mid-2000s. Sam Harris, who I don't mean to insult him or anything like that, but not the highest, finest intellectual in the world, okay? He was a sort of a publishing thing, and he had this really silly idea, and it's probably the single dumbest idea anybody can have in the world, which is that God does not exist. And he has the audacity to tell people that they should not have an opinion. Sam Harris, the great liberal, we hear it all out, we're pro-free speech. He says certain people shouldn't have an opinion. Who are those people?
There is no scenario in which you should be getting your opinion about vaccine safety or climate change or the war in Ukraine or anything else that we might want to talk about from Candace Owens. Right? It's just like she's not a relevant expert on any of those topics. And what's more, she doesn't seem to care.
He said a few true things there. He said 2 true things. Candace Owens is not a relative expert. Or not a relevant expert. That's true. She doesn't have a white lab coat. She doesn't have a medical degree. She didn't study epidemiology at Johns Hopkins. That's true. And it's also true that she doesn't care. She's going to give her opinion whether Sam Harris wants her to or not. There's something here that Sam Harris missed, which is that when it comes to vaccine safety, when it comes to the efficacy of the COVID vaccine, Candace Owens was right, and all of the relevant experts were wrong. It's this really weird fact that on the pressing public matters, regular people are often right, and the relevant experts with all the special credentials who Sam Harris gives a stamp of approval to are frequently, if not always, wrong. So if we're going to take away the ability of either of these groups to have an opinion that is public, wouldn't it make more sense to take away Dr. Fauci's platform? Wouldn't it make more sense to take away the platform of the CDC or the WHO, which totally botched COVID? Wouldn't it make sense to take away the platform of Sam Harris, who's wrong about pretty much everything? Because if I'm just judging by who's right and who's wrong, it's true, I have this debate, it's still scheduled, we'll see if the administration cancels it. I have a debate on transgenderism with a transgender scholar, a supposedly distinguished professor with 3 degrees from Harvard and half a dozen honorary doctorates and dozens of academic publications, who is a man who identifies as a woman, and he calls himself Deirdre, and his real name is Donald, and he's supposedly this distinguished scholar. He's got all of these degrees and credentials, and he's been tweeting about our debate, and the only points that he's really made about the debate, he wants the debate to go on, and he said, Knowles is a fascist. Knowles is a fascist. He used the phrase, he said, I'm an anti-Jesus Catholic. What is it? So I guess he's Episcopalian. That's really talk about, glass houses. But he's accusing the Catholics, I guess, of being anti-Jesus. I don't know. He's the expert. He's the distinguished scholar. He says, you're a fascist. You're mean. You're an evil. I hate you. I haven't said anything like that at all. I've only said relatively complimentary things about him. I'm not some distinguished scholar. I don't have any particularly advanced degree. That's the way it goes. And I happen to be right on the question. Men are men and women are women. And you know who else is right? Every normal person who has ever lived for all of human history are all right. It takes multiple degrees from Harvard not to know what a woman is. Ask Justice Ketanji Jackson. The rest of the show continues now. You do not want to miss it. You can become a member right now at dailywire.com using promo code Knowles at checkout. you will get 2 months free on all annual plans. Mr. Davies has lots of secret, special, fun things planned for the creme de la creme inner circle of the members block. We'll see you over there.